Capricorn, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your monthly reading for January. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This could have already happened, is taking place right now, or is about to take place. So please only take what resonates and leave behind the rest. Keep in mind that energies, characters, they can be swapped around, Capricorn. And so I could be speaking directly to you or to a cross watcher. And this is for any major Capricorn placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. And so Capricorn, I feel you are tying up some loose ends, getting some closure. I do feel you're closing out a major 4-year cycle, maybe even a 15-year cycle. And so this might just be so much bigger than the Capricorn collective read. I do feel something about Pluto moving from Capricorn to Aquarius. Maybe the last 15 years has been about you closing out a wounded masculine energy or a father wound, but I feel tying up loose ends and getting some closure. That was a big energy that came through for you, Capricorn. I also feel somebody from the past, an ex or somebody that you are trying to get closure from, might try to charm you up again, seduce you, sex you up again. And I do feel it just keeps stirring up old feelings and old wounds, something that can no longer be ignored, Capricorn. And so I was shown like this double-edged sword. And so I feel a lot of truth bombs coming through in January, Capricorn. Maybe a lot of powerful, truthful, raw conversations. I just feel a huge release. I just feel whatever revelation or truth is being exposed, you will have no more doubts about any fears of leaving something behind. And so I feel moving on, closure, and learning to develop greater self-esteem, Capricorn. Okay, let's jump in with some cards. This round of zodiacs, I chose the Dark Mirror, and I did choose this deck because we are closing out the Pluto and Capricorn energy, and so things are dark, things are confusing, things are a little scattered, and so you might not have the clarity yet, but we're going to dig in to what Dark Mirror energy is around you. Bottom of the deck, Artificial Heart, and then we'll dig deeper with some archetypes. So Sacrifice and Artificial Heart. Remember, these could be energies in and around you. I do feel you're going to have to sacrifice something. You're going to have to walk away from something. Maybe from somebody who, you know, has an artificial heart. I feel somebody here really isn't in it to win it. I also feel maybe last year was a year of a lot of truth coming to the surface for you to gain a new perspective. 7 and a 12. And so I do feel a perspective shift when it comes to maybe a loveless situation. Maybe you've been begging somebody to love you, and maybe you sacrificed a lot of time and effort for somebody, but I feel you're moving on. That's kind of what it feels like, Capricorn. Moving on from wasted time. There might be like a powerful conversation that gets you to pull off somebody's mask. I think either you're wearing a mask or you're dealing with somebody wearing a mask. It is a 15 card, which is the Devil card. So there's something here that's toxic. Something here is like you're putting on a show for somebody. I just feel the mask is slipping. And I do feel this is to get you to do some deep inner child healing. I do feel a heart chakra activation. So what is the main Dark Mirror energies around my Capricorn collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Atonement, Downcast, Pride, and Regret. So we kind of got like a judgment here going on. And so this is like spiritual purification, atonement. So there's like some past life karma here, I feel, being cleared. This is like an awakening. And I do feel maybe your pride or your ego has taken a hit. And then we get the gilded regret. Do you have regret over some wasted time? Because I feel there's a lot of anger here boiling to the surface. Some sacred rage boiling to the surface in order for you to break some chains with something very unhealthy here. And so maybe you've forgotten about yourself. Maybe it's time to put yourself first, Capricorn. Maybe it's time to get out of the head and drop into the heart. Maybe you've spent the last 5 years in a commitment with somebody. Maybe this was, you know, maybe they've been atoning for some past sins. But I do feel there's a need to master a lesson, and you are breaking free from something. And maybe you're starting to feel all alone, but I just feel something embarrassing here. But closure will help you develop greater self-esteem. So let's jump in with some archetype energies and dig deeper into this dark mirror. We get the healer and the fool. I feel like you're feeling foolish. I feel like maybe you feel like somebody took advantage of you. Maybe, you know, this person played the victim, like they needed your help. They couldn't live without you. But I do feel in this connection, you failed to care for yourself. You sacrificed yourself and your truth. And so, you know, maybe you like to help others. You know, I know Capricorn works and works and they work so hard, but I do feel you wanting to help somebody has really hurt you in the process. And so I also feel this energy of you needing to transform some heartbreak. I think you're feeling foolish. I also feel somebody's mask is slipping. Maybe you've been, you know, trying to mask all of this wounding with like humor or alcohol, or, you know, just hiding how much you've been suffering. But I also feel it's time to come out of a place of denial of this emotional truth, Capricorn. And so there's going to be a revelation, and I do feel your emotions are going to boil to the surface. And I think you're dealing with somebody acting very absurd at this point in time. So let's see what other archetype energies need to come through for your dark mirror, Capricorn. We got the detective card, and it kind of flipped out and reversed. And so you're dealing with somebody that I feel is a liar. Look at, you need to look a little bit deeper, Capricorn. You need to read between the lines. I do feel you dealt with somebody who's falsified a lot of information. You're dealing with like a magician in reversed kind of energy here. And then we get the slave with the rebel. So I do feel there's that atonement with the virgin energy. I think it's time for you to surrender. I think it's really time to surrender and put complete trust in the divine right now, because I think you've been observing, you've been seeking out the truth, and I feel somebody here has really got you in your feels, which has really hindered the ability for you to trust your intuition. I also feel maybe you've given your power away to a master manipulator here, and you've been digging. You've been trying to find the truth, and I do feel the truth is coming to light. And so I do feel there's fear, though, because when this truth gets exposed, you're not going to be able to unsee it, and you might have to reject somebody. And so I do feel there's a lot of anger, and maybe there's a lot of peer pressure because maybe you have an entanglement within a social group here. But I do feel there's going to be some big social change coming up here for you in January. And so maybe you've rejected the spiritual path for quite some time. But I do feel it's really time to go within and figure out your inner needs and where this deep fear of intimacy comes from. Because I do feel like there's a block on the heart, and there's a need to go through a spiritual heart purification. And so I just feel definitely dealing with somebody with ulterior motives, hidden agendas, and maybe you need to seek some professional advice. I think get ready for an argument, because somebody here has really misused their love from you, and maybe they've had a lot of selfish entitlement to what they've taken from you. You've got somebody here that is not willing to be emotionally vulnerable. There's like this false sense of security here. I think you've just tried to negotiate and make things work over and over again, trying to have respect for both sides of the argument. But I do feel it's really time to withdraw. It's time to make a judgment call, because I do feel you're refusing to see something clearly here. So let's jump in with the tarot and let's see what else needs to come through for you, Capricorn. Oh, this just come right out in reversed, flipped right out on the table. The Chariot reversed with the Wheel and the Ten of Cups. I just feel like, boom, something's coming to a dead stop. It's time to reprioritize something. So you could be dealing with a Cancer. It doesn't have to be. But I feel there's a fresh new start here. There's a fresh new start here. Absolutely. And the universe is saying there's positive change, unexpected, sudden positive change is not going to feel good. But I do feel there's a need to release somebody you can't trust. I really do feel that. Oh, yeah, look at that on the bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands reversed. So there's definitely a parting of the ways here after maybe several years of turning a blind eye and really sitting in this Five of Cups energy of regret and holding on to something that I feel really hasn't been working for the last few years. So there's some coming to a dead stop. There could be an emotional outburst due to some type of disillusionment. But I just feel like a major cycle coming to an end. There could be like a divorce reaching completion, Capricorn. But I feel like this closure, this ending is going to get you on the pathway of greater self-esteem. So what do we got here? We got the Seven of Swords. So this is like an embarrassing secret coming out. Somebody here is not being honest, and this could lead to material loss, the Seven of Swords. So it's like we got the Six of Swords with the Ace of Swords. It's like somebody moved on from a home situation, and it's like, and they thought they could just piece out of something and not deal with it. And the fact of the matter is there's some truth coming out about a situation that I feel was moved on from and left behind. And this is an embarrassing secret. I think somebody here feels like somebody here is losing their mind because they've been juggling and there's anger here. And I do feel somebody can no longer keep balancing multiple options. I feel a huge loss of material wealth here. And then we get this release that just come flipping out. Flying out, flipping out. Somebody might be flipping out here. I feel we got a King of Wands in reverse here about to flip out. And I feel they're definitely juggling. There's a realignment here. And this is like a tsunami of emotions. I do feel this energy of spirit. Like people are chirping. People are talking. Somebody here, I feel, really thought they could sneak away. And they didn't care how their actions hurt somebody else. This is what I feel here. And it's like, boom, wake up call. Somebody thought they had a lot of time to figure things out. They've been walking a fine line for quite some time now, and they're about to get barreled over. And I do feel anger. I feel communication issues. Somebody here is very oversensitive to some criticism. And then we get this release, which is representative of Scorpio. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but this is like the death energy. This is like holy hallelujah, because there's an ending here. There is a major freaking ending here, but it is going to lead to a new beginning. It is going to lead you to your Ten of Cups, but there is a need to release somebody, I feel, very angry that has been holding you back, and there is a major transformation taking place here because I do feel you've not wanted to take the steps. You've been avoiding taking the steps of learning a lesson, going within, right? So we get the Two of Wands reversed, the Nine of Wands, and then we get, there you are, Capricorn, ego, the Devil, and the Page of Swords reversed. There's a need to learn something new here. Look at that. And under the Page of Swords reversed, the Five of Swords. So if the Page of Swords would have been upright, there's that Six of Swords that this Seven of Swords guy is running away with. And so, yeah, somebody made an unwise choice. I think they left a situation behind, maybe even abandoned a child in the process. Did not use their logic, thought they were going to get away with something. And guess what? Nobody gets away with anything. Everybody has to face the piper. Everybody gets their karma. And so there's always a better way. But I do feel somebody here lacked integrity. And yeah, it's like they thought they could just leave a situation behind and not have to deal with the emotions, right? And so I feel an emotional tsunami boiling to the surface here because somebody here, they're having to face the mirror. They're having to face the mirror. They're having to face what it is they walked away from. I do feel there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of conflict. And I feel a lot of people's opinions got in the mix. And I feel somebody has to deal with maybe facing walking away from the mother of their children or some type of empress. And there's that truth. So I feel somebody here has really been struggling in the dark night of the soul. And something about that full moon in Leo is going to really illuminate a very unwise choice. I think somebody's been watching, reviewing. Maybe there's a need to sign some documents here. But I feel there's a need to just like, it's like the walls are coming crashing down. Everything's coming crashing down to get somebody to go into some type of healing process. And so I do feel this is like the precipice, or the turning point of accountability, responsibility. Somebody made a past choice, and I feel somebody might have abandoned the mother of their child to go towards what they thought was going to be a pathway to happiness, and it was like another addictive cycle here. And so there's a need to break the chains with an addictive toxic cycle here. I do feel there's a need to like step up. I think get ready for a fight. There's going to be a fight. That's kind of what I feel here and see here. So let's get you one last love note from the universe, because I think we've got a masculine here just going to be very theatrical. I just feel a huge release of some anger and rage. And so this is what I want to tell you, Capricorn. Things are not as they seem. And so I just feel things are not as they appear. So you're dealing with a trickster here, I feel. And you've been playing like the PI, the private detective. And let me tell you, if you have to be a private detective in any relationship, they're probably hiding something from you. So let's get you one last closing message. Capricorn, that's way too many. I'm going to take this one. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave approval. And so I just feel somebody that you thought was a good friend or a lover has turned into a foe. And maybe you thought, you know, you could make something grow, but nothing's growing. Something here is very stuck. And so I just feel like it's this energy of being watched, or needing to watch your back, or trying to watch somebody. And there's always a deeper reason for everybody that we see on our path, right? And so see me in their eyes. This person, I feel, came in to reflect to you a dark mirror, a dark wound, to open up the treasure at hand in order to do some healing from addictions or a toxic cycle within relationships. And so I feel, you know, the only difference between a friend and a foe really is if you've decided if you can grow with this person or not. But I feel you're at the end of your rope here. You're at the end of the line, and it's kind of time to tie up some loose ends. And that's what I got for you, Capricorn. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soul mate reading with me, check out the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.